People's Court next case on the docket. The plaintiffs say that their neighbor's unsecured trampoline blew into their yard and destroyed their gazebo. But the defendants claim their trampoline came nowhere near the plaintiff's gazebo, and they say they're being blamed for something that wasn't their fault. It's the case of we gotta bounce.
Thank you, Douglas. Okay, Mr. and Mrs. Saunders, you are suing your neighbors, Mr. and Mrs. Hobbs, for $327, the price of a gazebo that, according to you, was destroyed in a storm thanks to their negligence. Talk to me. Who wants to tell me what happened?
I'll start off there, Judge. What happened is the morning in question, prior to the gazebo coming over, the storm woke us up. It was really windy. The news had told us that it was going to be about 60-mile-an-hour winds that evening. So I looked out and checked to make sure, because the storm was so loud. I was checking the yard to make sure everything was still secure, and it was.
60-mile-an-hour winds is, that's pretty powerful.
Yes. And so as I laid back down, me and my wife heard a large crash against our home. So we both jumped up, we run to the window to see what was going on. And Mr. and Mrs. Hobbs' trampoline was against our home, sitting on top of our gazebo.
Okay.
So my wife grabbed the camera, takes a picture. I get dressed to go downstairs. As I'm coming down the stairs, I couldn't get out my back glass.
Wait. What you're describing is the trampoline is literally on your gazebo on your property, and it has crushed your gazebo. So all of the metal of the trampoline, it has gone through the air, been twisted, and the metal of the gazebo is crushed with it. And then
at that point, it's on there. Like, I have a picture of it. You can actually see the blue part of the trampoline on top of the gazebo.
Okay.
It wasn't until my husband went downstairs that we seen that it actually crashed it all the way down.
Okay.
So I went to the back glass sliding door, and at that time I could see that the weight of the gazebo had crushed down from the weight of the trampoline.
Right.
So I had to go around to the front and get around back because I couldn't get out of that door. In that meantime, the wind just picked up again, blowing the trampoline from off of our yard right there at the glass, all the way back against the fence, and it was slamming in between the fence and our homes.
So the thing's, flying around in the air like Dorothy's house in The Wizard of Oz, and what happens?
Okay, that's when I go outside and see the damage. So it was really windy, so I came back in, and it was dark. So as soon as we got daylight, I texted Mr. Hobbs and told him what had happened. Explained to him that the trampoline landed up on our gazebo and crushed it. And I told him that it was still in our yard, because it was on this side, it was in our yard still. And I asked him how was we planning on getting that, back over to his property. And he alerted me that he was in a hospital and he wasn't doing well. So I told him that's fine, we'll handle it later.
And then what you did was you spoke with Mrs.